Dear friends and followers, lovely greetings from Qatar, Doha to be exact. We are here at an airfield. I am not 100% sure of where we are, but we are pretty much in the sticks. It is super dry out and we are here with this nice little archer, and Yahya, who is one of my Patreon followers, was so kind to invite me for a little sort of sightseeing flight around Qatar, which I'm really looking forward to, because when I come in with the 7.4, yeah, you basically get your ILS vector and that's about it, so you don't really see much of the country. So I'm excited to do a slow and low flight around this beautiful country. So what are we waiting for? And let's get started! What are we looking at?
Sand.
Sand, yeah?
Dust.
Okay.
And you'll see usually the first one will be, it's usually not that clear.
Okay.
See here.
Alright. That looks pretty clear, doesn't it?
Nope.
No? Not good?
The second's gonna be clearer. Now we try the second.
Okay.
It's usually 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, but where's that? Just like sand collecting in the tank or what?
Yeah. It's not airtight.
Yeah.
Literally in the middle of the desert.
Yeah,
so.
okay. Better?
This one's better. I see some sediments, but
Okay.
notable, so.
Good. Yeah, my friend.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much. Tell me a little about what are the challenges of flying a lovely Piper in Qatar?
Flying here is really beautiful. The airspace is amazing. One of the biggest challenges is the ground features.
Yeah.
Because when you fly to different areas, it's mostly desert.
Yeah.
You'll find some trees, some houses, but it's compared to Europe or the US, it's more challenging.
Yeah, that's true.
But in a way, if it's more challenging, it means that it's going to teach you more stuff. The second thing that I find really challenging is the visibility. Because Qatar is a peninsula and it's a desert, so you'll find a lot of humidity, a lot of dust. So oftentimes you'll have clear visibility. In no time, everything's going to change. You're going to be in almost IFR.
I also felt a little bit, another challenge was that you can't really sort of freely fly around Qatar. There's many restricted areas that you had to sort of avoid. That's true.
That is one of the cases, because you have a lot of restricted or prohibited areas where you always have to circumnavigate them. And even if you want to fly over Doha, you have to follow predefined routes for arrival and departure. And because there are two airports next to each other, which are Hamad Airport and Doha Airport, you will find a lot of traffic. Other than the commercial airliners, you'll find like helicopters, you'll find training flights, even the hospital, like medical evacuation. So you always need to be vigilant for all the traffic and maintaining the altitudes that are assigned to you, because otherwise you could easily bust an altitude or enter a restricted area or TFR, and that is not something that want to happen.
That's true. Speaking what you mentioned before about visual aids, I thought what we saw today was really nice. We had all the football stadiums that were fantastic. Visual aids that you just potted from one point to the next.
That's actually, we call it stadium hopping, just like island hopping. So we basically, what we did today, we saw almost all the stadiums, if not all, and we flew over most of them from like south to north and then north to south. And that's, in a way, stadiums are a perfect land feature. And like you can you can easily distinguish them from their surroundings. They're like big, surrounded by like flat land, no desert. It was very beautiful, and the visibility today was really beautiful.
It's very good. Yeah,
the sky was.
Also, we saw Mauritius kind of waters, right? If you come up to the north of Qatar, I wasn't expecting anything like that, because when I come in with the jumbo, I want to say we're still above 10,000, 15,000 feet, so you don't really get to see it as clearly as we did today, so that was really stunning. And the other thing that was very unique to me in the absolute middle of nowhere, there was this tiny little mosque.
Yeah.
I mean, there was absolutely nothing around it, and it's so cool that there's a little mosque.
That is absolutely true. So basically, I've been here for so long,
Yeah.
and I only learned about these Mauritius or Maldives-like
Yeah.
places
Yeah.
fairly recently. And it's weird that on the ground, we go, maybe not to these places, but very close to them. We never knew these places existed at the first place. So seeing them, it really makes you feel like you're on a tropical island somewhere, I don't know, Bahamas or, and it's, if you take that picture and tell someone that this is Qatar, they would never believe it, but it is. And as for the mosque, it's in the culture and the religion here, what people do that they always have to have mosques everywhere. And then you, as you said, you can just distinguish the mosque from all the buildings around it.
Cool, yeah. If someone wanted to come on holiday here to Qatar and he wanted to rent a plane, would you advise him to come here? Is it very easy to rent one of your planes to go flying?
You can fairly.
Yeah? Okay.
There's a flying club here. You can rent a plane. You can also, even if you're not a pilot and you would like to just go on a tour, they can take you on a tour. You can even tell them where you want to go. You want to go over the city, over the mangroves, over like this beautiful scenery on the west coast, and it's really easy.
Fantastic.
Like very affordable and very easy.
I have to ask, we took off from an airport, I don't even know its name. What is this place called?
Well, believe it, this airport, as far as I know, it does not have a name. It has a code.
It has a code, okay.
Yes. And the code is after the name of the area it's at. So it's Oscar Tango Romeo 62.
Okay.
And that's how we log it. It's Oscar Tango Romeo 62.
62. Nice, interesting.
And
cool.
We call this airfield, I haven't seen it in any documentation, I could be wrong. It's called Mashkout.
Okay.
But for like aviation purposes, it's named after the area it's at.
I understand.
So.
Okay, cool. Again, Yahya, thank you so much. This was my first ever VFR flight in the Middle East. I'm incredibly proud that you've taken me on this trip, and this will go down in my memory lane. So thank you so much again.
It's my pleasure, and hopefully not the last, man.
Hopefully not the last. Okay, cool. All right, another amazing day comes to an end. Look how she's neatly parked into this cute little hangar, specifically built for her. Really, really cool. What a day, what a day. Yes, first flight for me in the Middle East, VFR was amazing. Not overpromised at all. I mean, the sunset that we've just experienced right now in the air was stunning. We dealt with some sediment of sand in the fuel. We experienced a lot of heat. We had used the air conditioning in a Piper. Have you ever seen an air conditioning in a Piper? That's the coolest thing ever. When I did my flight training in Florida, we would have wished for air conditioning. So this is nice to see that this plane has that feature. And yeah, just made a lasting connection with Yahya. And this, as I said, will go down memory lane. If you have the opportunity, come to Qatar, you know, just rent yourself a plane, get yourself an instructor to feel comfortable, and just whiz around a little bit. It is not the largest country in the world, but is definitely a beautiful one. So on that bombshell, here's your checks for today. Subscribe to my channel, check. Activate the notification bell, check. Follow my Instagram account, check. Perform a touch and go at my website, check. And don't forget, a good pilot also in the Middle East with a Piper that has air conditioning. He's always learning. Wishing you all the best. Your Captain Joe. See you guys.